Hi friends, it's Angela with Wild Violets Art. It's Fri-Yay Kit Together. So thanks for joining me tonight. I've got, instead of one of Stampin' Up's all-inclusive kits, I've got one of their all-inclusive paper pumpkin kits. So every month they send out the paper pumpkin about, I want to say, I get it around the 19th to the 21st of the month. And it's a fun kit. They're typically seasonal and related to whatever's going on. And right now, this one is called HoHoHo. So it's definitely a Christmas kit. I haven't opened it yet, so this will be a first time for both of us. And so let me just get to that real quick. But first I want to show you just a sneak peek of a couple of the items that I've got in my free with purchase class coming up on November 19th and the 20th. The way that works is if you purchase $35 or more from me and use one of my host codes, I've got the host code listed on one of my Facebook posts, and you order $35 or more, I'll send you the kit for free. There's nothing else that you need to do. And if you don't want the kit, you can just let me know. But I'll show you just two parts of it. So let me change this over. So the first one is going to be this cute little bag. So these are the Star Treat bags, and I've just embellished it, added some ribbon to the top, added the beautiful wreath, the verse, of course the embellishments. You can kind of see the sparkle, maybe not. There we go. And the background, which is a gold foil, little ribbon, and a little poinsettia flower. Just a really pretty treat holder. So little gifts, stocking stuffers, coworker, whatever you want to do. So that's one of them. The other one is this really beautiful card, and this card is got this beautiful white flocking. This is the specialty vellum, and it has some snowflakes to it, and I embossed it with the Woodland Whimsy 3D embossing folder. So again, you can make this. I'll be sending you all the parts for the kit, and so it's just a $35 order, and you'll actually get 4 projects. So these are just 2 of them, and I'll show the next one on Monday with my Marvelous Monday if you join me then. Okay, so here is the HoHoHo Paper Pumpkin Kit. They always have the name of the kit and the month that it was sent out. Now, when you first subscribe for Paper Pumpkin, you will get a block. And the block is just like this. It's the D size block, but you can see that it'll hold the photopolymer stamps that come with these kits. So what I'm going to use though is I'm going to use the same size block. It's the D block, but I'm going to use the one that Stampin' Up sells. So you can see that it's a little more comfortable, gives you a little more distance from the stamp pads and from whatever it is you're working on. So tonight I'm going to use this. Okay, so here's the stamps. So you can see there's a cute Santa. There's some verses. Put my glasses on so I can see something. Christmas, holiday, 'tis the season to be jolly. Merry ho ho ho. Holly jolly, deliver to, Santa Claus has come to town. Obviously there's a cute little Santa Claus with a deer. Silhouette. Okay, so one of the things that has come with this kit is the notification that there's a North Pole sack add-on. So next month is from the North Pole kit, and they have this cute little set of add-ons which give you 12 little treat bags or gift bags, however you want to use them. So I thought I'd just show you. And I believe the add-on is like $5 if I recall correctly, or maybe it's $4. Okay, so this one has got the early espresso Stampin' Spot. So it's just like the all-inclusive kits. They come with a Stampin' Spot, come with the stamps. And like I said, your first time you'll get one of these, but the rest of the kits you won't get that. Excuse me. Comes like it's wrapped in a special little gift. You can use this for your Christmas gifts or whatever you want. Another cute box. You could use some pretty paper to cover up this these words and make it into a gift box. So you can see it's just really cute. Or like I showed you last time, you can turn these inside out and use the other side of the box as a gift box. Okay. Yes, paper pumpkin is better than a box full of puppies. It's a cute little ad. Okay. So I'm just going to open up this kit. And like you, I haven't sneaked into it yet, though I've seen a few posts. Sorry. Okay. So this, we've got, as usual, the instructions, which we'll go through, and it'll show us how to do all the different cards. So it's just like the other kits that I've been showing you. They come with Stampin' Dimensionals. They come with embellishments. And then they come with these cute envelopes. So it looks like there's 3 different kinds of envelopes. Really pretty. There is 3 different kinds of cards. So this will be the front, and this will be the front of this one. Just really pretty. And then these are the parts and pieces. Looks like there's some vellum. These are crumb cake. This looks like Bermuda Bay and a little bit of pool party. And these are for the sentiments and for some of the embellishments. The more fun things for us to use. These are the glue dots. Some of the verses and HoHoHo, Merry. More of the cards. And then these are iridescent snowflakes. Aren't they pretty? I love iridescent snowflakes. They just definitely remind me of Christmas or the winter. Love a good snow. Miss it when I'm in California because we don't get snow. Okay, so let's look at the instructions and figure out which card we're going to make first. So we'll make this Merry Christmas. Looks like it's in crumb cake. So here's the card. All right, and then it looks like it has a layer of this, which has been laser cut. Really pretty. And it looks like it gets one of the really big snowflakes. So you just carefully pull those out. These kits are so easy. It's so nice. We're going to use one of these little Marys. And we'll be using one of these little Santa faces, but I'm going to keep it in there so it's stable when I stamp it, because we're going to stamp the face on it. Okay, so that, and this, and then for the verse. Isn't this cute? It's got some little stitching on there. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. So just a subtle little printed stitching. And I think that's it for this one. Okay, so the first item we'll need is Santa Claus face. And I'm going to do what I typically do. I just cut one side of there's a dotted line there. And then when I open it up, I leave the lid on so I don't lose it. And, oops, I know what I forgot to do. Forgot to rub it. So I've been teaching you guys how to use these photopolymers. Sometimes there's like some sort of a finish that's on the photopolymer, but if you rub your finger on it, it gets rid of it, and then the ink sticks to the stamp a little better. Okay, so then you line up Santa Claus's face. And sorry, my head's going to get in the way here a little bit. My apologies. There we go. Very cute. And then I need the Christmas stamp. So this is a silhouette. And I'm going to line it up so my block is squared up. Just helps me stamp straight that way. And again, I'm going to rub it with my hand before I try to use the ink so that it stays a little bit better. Okay, and it needs to be right here. The nice thing about the photopolymer is you can see right through it and you know exactly where it needs to go. Okay. All right, once again, the kit tells us exactly what we need to do. So it needs, looks like dimensionals on the back of this really pretty trellis. So looks like it needs a good number of them. And I'm going to put a few more than it tells me to, because I think it needs more. Now, when I'm using my dimensionals, I am constantly cutting and using every single one of them, even around the edge. For places like this that maybe a full one won't work, and just gives it a little bit more support. Maybe one over there. Okay. Just peel up the backing off of the dimensional. Set it aside. And now I'm going to place it on here. These are cute little snowflakes. And I'm centering it on the card. And there we go. Now next, following the directions, looks like the snowflake is next. Okay, so here's the snowflake. And it looks like you just use one glue dot in the middle. So this is the front, the shimmery iridescent side is the front. And then I'm going to put the glue dot on the back. Okay. And it looks like it goes somewhere in this vicinity. All right, and then it looks like Santa Claus's face, which I forgot to punch out, gets a couple of dimensionals. And then he is right here. And then looks like these kind of go to one side. And maybe so it doesn't interfere with the Santa Claus, so it goes below the Santa Claus. So what ends up happening is these dimensionals stacked up on the Santa Claus dimensional will make it kind of sit up kind of crooked. So this way, as you can see, I've got them down at the bottom, and then I can just kind of butt it up against Santa Claus, kind of get a feel for where he is. Maybe bring it down a little bit, center it, and done. Okay, so now we're going to do Mary, and Mary needs these glue dots. Just as a reminder, little scissors or something if you need to pick them up, because you can't with your fingernails. The scissors work as well. So, not crazy. And then you can use the scissor again to peel off the backing. Because as a reminder, there is a backing on the back of this. Actually, my fingernails work better than the scissors for me, but trying to make sure that you all know that there's other options. Okay, and I'm going to just fold back the glue dots where they stick out. And then looks like it just goes across. And more dimensionals. So cute, cute card. Actually, I'm going to put this underneath Mary so that just a little bit. So it's not being covered up at all. I think Mary should have gone on last. Okay, and then I think we've got an embellishment that goes here, and just one in the middle of the snowflake. So it looks like it's just the big one. So it looks like there's two different sizes to the embellishments. And just stick it right there. Cute card. Let's figure out which envelope it goes with. Let's see what they had planned. So the little stripes. So this is the front of the envelope, and this is the back of the envelope, and this is the inside. Isn't that cute? So both sides are decorated. Alrighty, cute card. All right, set that one aside. Okay, now the next one. Let's put this stuff aside. Make sure I didn't lose the embellishments. Okay, so the next one. This one's really pretty. Look at the colors. I love these colors. Okay, so it's this card and this piece. And it looks like one of the smaller snowflakes. Not the smallest, but I'd say the medium. And then there's the HoHoHo. That's going to get used. And looks like one of these, the smaller of the two. And then looks like I used the wrong one for the last card. I was supposed to use one of these really narrow little ones. Good thing they give you extra. Okay, so it looks like I still have 3 of the stitched ones left. That's the nice thing about these kits, is they always give you more than you need. So I need one of these. And then I also need the frame that is in this part. just am going to pop out the center because I don't think I need that for anything. I'll just put it aside. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is get the Santa and reindeer stamp. And let's use it like that. There we go. And just as a reminder, I'm going to rub it with my finger just to make sure that whatever is on there has been rubbed off so that the ink will stick to it. Looks like it's sticking to it nicely. And then Santa and his reindeer are just going to be charging across the sky like so. Oh, maybe it's doing a little steeper than the picture. Or maybe I did it backwards. You guys got to watch me do it backwards. I'll try it again. We'll use that for something else. So maybe I should be following the instructions a little more carefully. Okay, let's try this again. See, I did it again. All right, so that looks about right. Okay. All right, so that, and then need the verse. Santa Claus is coming to town. I have baby kitties outside the door that are yelling at me because I closed the door on them. Very mean of me, I know. Otherwise, they'd be crawling across my desk now. Okay. Rub it again. Okay, here goes Santa Claus coming to town. Very cute. So you guys have watched me make 2 mistakes today. So you can see that it's easy to do if you're not following instructions and you're getting excited, which that's what I'm going to blame. Okay, so we've got these 2 stamped. Now we put, looks like glue dots on the back of the verse. No, on the back of this and the back of that. Interesting. Okay. Trying to follow instructions. And from what I can tell, I think that's the correct way. I need to adhere this over the top of my Santa Claus and the deer. And then I need to adhere this strip to the bottom here. And then I'm going to add dimensionals on the back of this. just so you can see what I'm looking at. So first I stamp this and the verse, and then put glue dots on the back of the frame and the stripes, and then it looks like that gets adhered to that, and then now it goes on the front of the card. All right. So I'm going to center it on the top part so that the top 3 areas are centered, leaving a little extra space down here, and then more dimensionals on the back of the verse, and then it looks like the verse pops up down here, and then before I put that down, looks like I need to again put a glue dot on the back of the little snowflake so you can see. Uh-oh, I'm having issues. And this goes right here. And then the verse goes right here. And then HoHoHo goes there. Okay, so and one embellishment goes on the snowflake again. And we're done. Another Christmas tree or Christmas card all completed. So let's take a look and see which card goes or envelope goes with it. And take a look at this. Nope, wrong one. It's pretty little soft color. So that's actually the pool party color. And then look at this. Isn't that pretty? An envelope flap. It's too bad it's not on the outside, but it's so pretty when you get to open it up, and it's gorgeous on the inside. So here's our second card. All right, so now we can work on the third card, third and last one. So again, you get 3 of each, so I'm not going to do that. You don't need to watch me make 2 more of the exact same. All right, so I know we need one of these. I'm going to hide my boo-boo so nobody sees it. You know, I think I missed a step on the last card. I think there is a vellum, HoHoHo, that was supposed to be on the back of the sentiment. That was not obvious. Sorry about that. So you get to let me do all the mistakes, and then you can go through it yourself. Let's see if I can get this apart. If you're gentle, you can sometimes pull these apart without ruining anything. Okay, looks like I was successful. So now I'm going to put the HoHoHo on the vellum, and then put 3 more glue dots on the back of that. Okay. All right, so you can see the vellum. There's just, the vellum is kind of opaque. It's not transparent. So very pretty. Okay. All right. That's 3 for 3. Hopefully that's it on the boo-boos. Okay, so this is the last card, and cute. And this will go across here. Looks like we're going to use 3 different, or nope, 2 little ones. And 1 large one, or medium one. Yeah. That's right. Okay. And then I need this little strip. Actually, I'm going to leave it in here because it looks like there needs to be a verse there. And we're going to use the J and the Y. And we're going to have another Santa Claus that we need to stamp. All right. So I've already prepped this Santa Claus, so all I need to do is ink it up. And again, center it. Looks good. And then I need to pop it out. Then I need this verse right here. And 'tis the season to be jolly. It's easiest with, especially with these long ones that are really wobbly. I tend to put them on the paper, and that way I don't have to worry about it being bent, because if I try to place it on here, there's a good chance I'm not going to get it straight. So the paper tends to release it. And then with these long ones, you have to just do it diagonally. Okay, so I'm going to rub along the stamp again so that my ink wants to stick to it. Okay. This is when it's really nice to have clear blocks and clear photopolymer. All right. I think that's where it needs to be. Okay, so now assembly time. Let's see if I can get this straight. So I've got this done, and I've got the verse done, so I just need to pop it out. You guys having fun yet? Okay, and then first thing I need to do is place this on there, and it looks like I need dimensionals. It only shows that we need 5, but again, I'm thinking it needs a little more. So looks like I've got a couple here, so I'm going to put one there just to kind of stabilize it. Okay. It's your kit. You can do whatever you want to with it, right? All right. Looks like it gets centered over this area. It's got this cute little stitching on it. Looks like handmade quilts. Okay. And then I'm going to place the 3 stars. So I'm going to need the glue dots. sure I don't put them on the shiny side. This one goes here. Then one here. Don't want it off the edge because it won't fit in your card if you do that. And then one on the top. And then looks like I need the long stripes, little candy cane stripes. And those get glue dots as well. Okay, and then glue dots on the verse. So if you're wondering if you're just catching this video or you're watching or in my YouTube channel, because this will be uploaded to my YouTube. The reason I'm doing these really simple projects and kits because I'm trying to make sure that the beginner stamper knows that you can be crafty as well with these kits, that you don't have to be this amazing artist in order to have fun and share sweet little cards, handmade cards with those that you love. So on these definitely smaller dimensionals. So I'm cutting them in half, so to make sure that there's no chance of them sticking out. Okay, and I fit one big one down here on the bottom, but I need a couple of smaller ones on top. So not sure if you can see this, but you can see that I cut it in half and then it fits behind and nothing shows from the front. Okay, then I'm going to stick this guy right here, Mr. Santa Claus. And I don't see where I'm putting any embellishments on this. Oh, looks like the embellishments go on the snowflakes. Yep, and that's it. I've given you lots of extra embellishments. I'm thinking that you can just embellish away. Okay, so I'm going to do a big one, a couple of little ones. And there you go. Cute little Christmas card. Very cute. And this one goes with this envelope. So it's got some little tiny pinstriping in here. I'm not sure if you can see that. Yeah, there you go. And then it's got this cute little, looks like a quilted star pattern. I don't know the technical term. I'm not a quilter. My mom is. So here's the cards. Super cute. Well, thank you for joining me. Again, this is Angela with Wild Violets Art. If you're watching this later on YouTube, I'd like it if you would click subscribe or like, share with your friends. And hopefully this was a little bit slower than I know Stampin' Up! When they do their little videos for the reveal and the instructions on how to put together. Didn't seem a little fast. So hopefully this was slow enough and you got to see me be human and make 3 mistakes before I was done. So thanks for joining me and have a good evening.